Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another video. I figured I would make a very short video before I go to the con. And yes, I am at the Baltimore ComicCon. I'm only going to be here for 2 days, so I'm making this video in my hotel room early in the morning because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a chance to make the video later on today. So, hopefully I'll get a book or two here. I don't know. I'm here with Mike. It would be nice to have him in the video with me, but I think he's taking care of a couple of things right now before we head into the con in a little bit. But who knows? Maybe we'll make another video today if we get a chance, or if I get a chance, or tomorrow before we leave. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, hotel room coffee. It's okay. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about how FOMO simply just does not exist for me anymore. And this is maybe a video that some of you can relate to, or maybe not. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, that I might pick up a book or two. You know, I don't have really a list of things that, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. I have a vague idea of something that I would like to get if I see it, and if the price is right, I'll purchase it. But that's where I'm at. You know, other than me talking about upgrades and all that stuff, because, you know, I love talking about upgrades because that's what I'm into right now, you know. And everyone who's been watching my channel over the last couple of years knows that by me talking about it and me showing them. Oh, and by the way, I still have to show you Comic Book Haul. I forget which one it is, 57, 58, whatever. I've been meaning to get to it, but as the semester started up, or as I was preparing for this semester, I haven't been making videos as much as you know, so I don't think I released a video in a couple of weeks. But now that I have some time, now that my lesson plans are done, and some grading is done, and a little bit of time before I go downstairs, and then over into the convention center, I figured I would pump out something. So anyway, getting back to the subject of this video, look, I think, like some of you out there, FOMO was something that really had a hold of me. You know, especially maybe 5-6 years ago. You know, you hear about this new movie coming out, right? You know, obviously a comic book movie, and there's going to be this character in it, or this character is rumored to be in it, or this character is in it in a cameo, which is going to lead to something else, right? So, oh my God, I got to get this first appearance, or I got to get this character, or I got to get this book, or whatever, and then you try looking for it, and you find it, and it's so expensive, and all those sort of things. Yeah, I think that was a real thing. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, not just with upgrading, but as my collecting evolved, I forget what video that was. It was something about, you know, the evolution of my collecting and all that stuff. And it's not just my collecting. I mean, you know, it could be your collecting too. You know, these videos are, yeah, my thoughts on certain things and my encounters and my beliefs and all that stuff. But I think some of the things that I say in my videos, maybe not everything, a lot of you share, or a lot of you are wondering. So it's not just my video, you know, with my thoughts. It's my video with perhaps maybe some of your thoughts. And I'm at a place right now where I could not care less about FOMO. You know, I have a very narrow view of what I want to get. Very little gets through. I see very little of the peripheral. And the peripheral being that, oh, you know, this new character is rumored to appear in Thunderbolts or whatever. Thunderbolts? I'm not even gonna go see Thunderbolts. I couldn't give a shit less about Thunderbolts. What I care about is upgrading my X-Men collection, as I've been doing, as you've been seeing, as I have some in my next comic book haul. Upgrading my EC horror collection, which I've been doing. Upgrading and adding to my Atlas horror collection, which I've been doing. And probably going to be shifting into 2025, 2026, hopefully, upgrading my Spider-Man and my Batman collection. I already sent off my Detective Comics 140, a little sneak preview, everybody. Some of you may know from, you know, I years ago, I made Batman Ultra hauls, and that's when I was getting a lot of the Batmans. That was when I was going through that phase, and I was getting a lot of the villain first appearances. Well, one of the biggest for me was Detective Comics 140, which is the first appearance of the Riddler, but mine had a little bit of a glue on the spine, so it was a 3.5 restored. I finally sent that book in to CGC to have the restoration removed. And the restoration, as far as I know, has been removed. I just don't know what the grade is. They're working on it right now. So hopefully within maybe a month or two, they're pressing it now and all that stuff. I paid for the restoration removal, I paid for the pressing, and then of course you have to pay for the grading. So it's a lot. But for that book, it's worth it. And so far, it's in pressing now. So I'm under the assumption that the restoration was removed. Now, what they did, what grade it went down to, I'm going to say right here, I think it's going to be a 2.5. But I'll take a 2.5 blue label Detective 140 over a 3.5 purple label any day. There's a significance in price when it comes to those. But that's what I'm into right now. I know everybody, when Robert Downey Jr. came out as Dr. Doom, whatever type of Dr. Doom he's going to be, whatever universe, whatever, however long-term or short-term it is, everybody is starting to go after Dr. Doom now. And even some of the minor characters that I used to be caught up on. Remember when the rumors of that Sylvie from the Loki series, I think she was like the second Enchantress, and I think she appeared, I forget what the new event, I don't even know. But things like that, little books like that where they would come out. Remember Gore the God Butcher? I remember when that book, when Gore was first announced that he was going to be in Love and Thunder, which was a shitty movie. It was just beyond stupid. The humor was like ridiculous. But when he was going to be in that movie, and oh my God, that book went up to like $300, $400, or people were asking that price, and some were paying for it, absolutely. Now, I think a recent sale, don't quote me on this, but within the last, 4 months, 3 months, like a 9.8 of Gore the God Butcher sold for like 90 or $100. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, the reason why people go out and spend that kind of money, other than the fact that maybe there's a few that really want the book and want to add it to their collection, I would say that's in the minority. But I think a lot of people are into those type of books. And there are many more examples I'm not giving you because of FOMO. They hear that they're in tune with comic book news, they hear things and all that stuff, and boom, they go off. And I think that, hey, if it works out for you and you can make a profit on it, so be it. But I guess, the point of this is I'm so beyond that right now. And it feels good. It's a really good place to be. And like I said earlier, probably some of you are probably in the same spot. I have a very narrow view of what I want. Sometimes I get it. Like my comic book want list of 2024, I got most of them, but there are probably a few that are going to spill into 2025, just as there were a few from 2023 that spilled into this year, 2024. Okay, fine, but it's still a narrow view. And the outside stuff that's distracting, which can be distracting for people, FOMO, it doesn't affect me anymore. I really couldn't care less. And I'm getting rid of a lot of books too. Sometimes I sell a bunch of books and I'm like, why do I have this? I don't need this. Or I could get this at any time if I wanted to get a better copy. If I really wanted a Tomb of Dracula 1, I recently sold my 5.5 copy. It's like, how could you sell it? How could I sell it? If I want to get that book again, if I wanted to get, let's say, an 8.0 or an 8.5, I could get it like that. But I don't want it. So it's not something that I really want right now. But that's the thing, sometimes letting go and not worrying about, oh my God, this one could be, this might be hot, this could be really hot. To me, it makes the hobby, for some, it makes the hobby fun. It keeps it, it revitalizes it in some people, and it keeps it going, keeps the fires burning for a lot of people. But for me, that's just like a headache. It's frustrating. It's annoying. I remember, I'm going to close with this because I know I'm going on and on and on, and I want to get going pretty soon. But I remember, what was that? It was this Fantastic Four book, and it was Atuma's first appearance. I don't remember what number it is. That book and High Evolutionary, right? The Thor book, 134, whatever it is. You could correct me in the comments. Someone in the comments probably knows. But anyway, those books are very similar because you had these two villain characters that before the movies came out, there was always rumors about Atuma. There were rumors about High Evolutionary being in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which are true. Atuma, I believe, was in Black Panther 2, right? And I don't know, I never saw Black Panther 2. I very rarely see the movies nowadays. I see Spider-Man movies, I'll see X-Men movies, like I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, which was pretty good. But all these other things, I just can't sit through as much anymore. But that just goes with my tastes and all that stuff. But anyway, I don't know what kind of role he had in Black Panther 2. But those books, I remember, shot up, and trying to find them at a good price about 4 years ago was crazy. You couldn't find them for the right price. Everybody went from those books went from maybe $50 books, $60 books. Those are not exact numbers. I'm just taking a number off the top of my head, but shot up to exorbitant amounts. And now you could probably get those books for closer to what they were selling. I think High Evolutionary is dead in the water. But it's amazing what people were going through. I remember a ComicCon, I think it was in 2017, with High Evolutionary. Everybody was starting to talk, be on the lookout for Thor, whatever it was, 134, whatever. Because High Evolutionary's in it, and it's rumored that this is going to be in, Guardians of the Galaxy or in the Marvel Universe or whatever. I was like, oh my God, I got to get this book. But it was crazy. So it's great to not be in that place, And hopefully you could find that place too, and this hobby would still be invigorating for you. The fires are still burning. You just don't see the embers anymore. It's it's the twilight of my collecting. We all go through the twilight of things, but I wouldn't let FOMO lead to an early twilight. Thanks for watching, everyone, and maybe I'll make another video soon. We'll see. Take care.